Thank you for joining us on SLCC 9. South Louisiana Community College has implemented a new parking program. Due to the influx of students, parking is more student-focused. To raise awareness, we took an in-depth look at the parking situations at SLCC Lafayette campus, as well as the impact it has on students, faculty, and staff, and the future plans of the Safety and Security Department on campus.
To say that the life of a college student is stressful would be an understatement. From projects and grades to loans and finances, the day-to-day activities of a student can be overwhelming. And now, another stressor added to that list is student parking. Students spend a majority of their morning running errands, working, and traversing through traffic to make it to class on time. Once on campus, the battle to find a spot begins. Circling parking lots, watching for pedestrians, and keeping a watchful eye on the clock. Some students find this impossibly problematic, while others feel it's just a part of the program.
I feel like every time I come to SLCC, I find a spot quick. It's easy to park. I always get to my classes.
I think it's very too congested. A lot of times I have to circle 5 or 6 times just to find student parking. I feel like the proportion of student parking and teacher parking is not accurate because there's less teachers than students.
Sometimes the campus parking lot is extremely full. You have to park into Africa and walk to China. It's good and it's bad sometimes. It just depends on the situation.
I believe that we need to give more parking to the students as opposed to half of the health and science parking lot being for the faculty.
I get to school early, so I never really have a problem finding parking.
If you're 5 minutes late, then there's nowhere to park.
There are 10 lots on the Lafayette campus, marked alphabetically from A to J. The blue highlighted sections are for students, the green for faculty and staff, and the red for visitors. Altogether, there are 1,350 parking spots available on the Lafayette campus.
To the SLCC Parking Committee, Lafayette campus is a total of 3,593 students enrolled and a staff of 450. Between the years of 2014 and 2018, student enrollment at the Lafayette campus went from roughly 1,500 students to an influx of 3,500 students. Based on the increase, we estimate that 4,850 students will be enrolled in the Lafayette campus by 2020. Campus security estimates that only 63% of all assigned parking is reserved for students. At this time, there is still no official number of students versus faculty parking spots.
On November 13, 2018, we ran a campus-wide survey on the current issues with parking here at SLCC, and students and faculty alike were eager to voice their opinions. The 167 responses we received, 82% were students and 18% were faculty. This new parking policy has been met with mixed reviews, and even though some don't seem to mind it, a majority of 62.5% of people do not feel as if there is sufficient parking here on campus, and 51.8% do not feel as though there is adequate security in the parking lots.
Some additional stats we have gathered from the students on the Lafayette campus are as follows.
Students were asked if parking regulations were made aware, with 60.7% saying yes and 39.3% saying no. Students were asked, are you being informed when parking is being blocked off for visitors, and 75% said no. Students were asked, how long do you search for a parking spot when you arrive? 39.3% say 1 to 5 minutes.
Students are asked on what days are easier to find a parking spot. 50.6% of the students said Tuesday and Thursday. Students were asked on what days were harder to find a parking spot. 51.8% said Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
While we're often frustrated with the parking when we arrive at school, the handicappable students may be getting the shortest stick of all. In our survey of 168 people, only 6% were actually handicappable. 47% of people surveyed didn't think they had sufficient parking for the handicappable students, while 53% did. We have conducted an interview with a handicapped student that attends SLCC whom wishes to be anonymous. She purchased a student parking pass at the beginning of the semester, but her parking tag covered the handicap tag she already had hanging in her car, which resulted in her receiving a ticket. No matter how she would have positioned the tags, one of them would have been covered. SLCC's campus security provides a handicap sticker to put on the inside of the car to notify security that you are in fact handicapped and are not parking illegally. This eliminates the issue of an obscured handicap or parking pass.
What is being done to alleviate these problems, and what can we look forward to in the future? SLCC's official parking committee has been hard at work long before reinstating the parking program at the start of 2018 fall semester.
There were some issues in our last meeting that was brought to the table that we wanted to look into.
A group of representatives from faculty, staff, and student body gather monthly to achieve a common goal: to provide sufficient and safe parking for all those on campus. This group includes facilitator Stephen North, faculties Cheryl Tevis, Rebecca Galloway, Sarah Morrow, Chantrell Rogers Johnson, Matia Misra, and student representative Kirsten Freeman. Meetings are conducted monthly to assess lighting, potholes, and any other issues.
Basically just, hey, this is us saying to you that please don't do this again. Here's what you're guilty of.
The team is currently working on projects that include email blasts about updated parking program policies, implementing a warning ticket cutoff date, and most importantly, a website about all things safety and parking on SLCC's campus. This website will be available to everyone through Canvas and will be included at the bottom of every warning ticket and citation. According to the official committee, most parking citations are received due to ignorance about parking policies. It is our hope that this website will help students understand all of SLCC's parking policies clearly and decrease the number of citations being given out. From all of us at SLCC 9,
Thanks for watching.
Okay,